Welcome to another explainer. So, if you happen to pull up the Bing homepage on August 13th, 2026, you were treated to this absolutely stunning visual. It completely captures the sheer, massive scale of our universe, but it's framed perfectly against one very specific spot right here on Earth. Today, we're going to break down exactly what you're looking at. We're talking about the epic collision of cosmic debris and perfect geography that creates the Perseid meteor shower, as seen from the legendary Teide Observatory.
As the quote goes, when darkness falls over Tenerife, Spain, the stars take center stage. And honestly, in a world where we are just constantly bombarded by glowing screens and streetlights, finding true pitch-black darkness is pretty rare. But perched way up high on the island of Tenerife, all that artificial noise just completely fades away. The sky turns into this brilliant, sweeping canvas where the stars aren't just background noise anymore. They literally become the main event.
Okay, let's dive right into this and look at the anatomy of the Perseids. So, what exactly are we dealing with here? Well, the Perseid meteor shower is widely known as one of the year's most reliable celestial displays. And I really want to emphasize that word, reliable. Anyone who follows astronomy knows that space can be notoriously unpredictable. But the Perseids, they never fail to show up and impress. Every single year, like absolute clockwork, the night sky just comes alive with these incredibly bright streaks of light. And if you actually trace those streaks backward, they all appear to be radiating outward from a single spot in the sky, the constellation Perseus. It's this awesome visual trick of perspective that actually gives the meteor shower its legendary name.
Now you're probably wondering, when exactly do I need to be looking up to catch this? Let's map out the timeline. The great thing is, this isn't just some fleeting, blink-and-you-miss-it one-night event. The whole shebang is a beautifully drawn-out summer spectacle. The shower actually becomes active starting in mid-July. That's when those early bird meteors start zipping through the atmosphere. But the absolute best time to watch, the grand finale so to speak, is when the shower peaks, which usually hits right around August 12th and 13th. That's when you're getting the absolute maximum frequency of meteors. After that peak, it slowly tapers off, wrapping up in late August. So you've got this wonderfully predictable window of opportunity every single summer.
And this brilliantly illustrates exactly how the mechanics of this whole thing work. It's basically a three-step cosmic dance. First, as our Earth is busy orbiting the Sun, it literally plows straight through a massive trail of debris left behind by Comet Swift-Tuttle. Think of it like driving your car through a swarm of bugs on the highway, except, on a gigantic planetary scale. Step 2, those pieces of comet debris slam into our atmosphere. Now, you might picture these as massive, fiery boulders, but they're actually tiny particles. But because they're hitting our atmosphere at such mind-boggling speeds, the immense friction causes them to heat up and violently burn away. And finally, step 3, that rapid burning process produces the massive, brilliant streaks of light we see from the ground, all looking like they're shooting right out of the constellation Perseus. It's totally chaotic, but perfectly predictable.
Of course, a show is only as good as the seat you're watching it from. So let's shift gears and look at the Teide vantage point.
Now, what's really interesting about this is the number 2,390. That is the altitude, in meters, of the Teide Observatory, which is perched high up on the slopes of Mount Teide in Tenerife. By putting the observatory all the way up there, you are literally rising above the dense, messy lower layers of the Earth's atmosphere. You're essentially putting physical distance between yourself and that everyday atmospheric soup that usually blocks our view of the heavens. It is exactly this extreme elevation that sets the perfect stage for everything else.
And because of that wild altitude, this spot isn't just a pretty place to pitch a tent, it is a totally elite hub for astronomy. The Teide Observatory is a world-class facility with a super rich history, having opened its doors way back in 1964. Today, it stands as one of the world's leading solar observatories, and it easily ranks among the very best places in all of Europe for serious astronomical research. What's really cool about it is its dual nature. During the day, it's heavily focused on observing the sun, but the second the sun dips below the horizon, it instantly transitions into this ultimate laboratory for exploring the deep night sky. It is literally a 24-hour powerhouse of cosmic discovery.
So the crucial takeaway here is understanding exactly why Teide is the absolute sweet spot for both astronomers and meteor chasers. It all comes down to a very specific recipe for perfect stargazing. First, you've got consistently clear skies for most of the year, so very few clouds crashing the party. Second, the air is incredibly dry. Moisture in the air can actually distort light and totally ruin observations, so that crisp, dry mountain air is an absolute must. And finally, minimal light pollution. Because it's so isolated high up on the mountain, you don't have glaring city lights drowning out the faint starlight.
When you mix those three things, clear skies, dry air, and zero light pollution, you get a perfect storm. You get exceptionally dark skies, which is the absolute ideal canvas for a blazing phenomenon like the Perseids to really pop.
So we've spent this explainer exploring one of the best seats in the house for one of the greatest shows in our solar system. The Teide Observatory gives us this incredibly clear, dark, and utterly profound window into the universe. But hey, you don't actually have to be 2,390 meters up a mountain in Spain to experience the wonder of the cosmos. The Perseids visit all of us, every single summer. So I want to leave you with this final thought. Under skies unclouded by light, what celestial spectacles are waiting to be discovered in your own night sky? The next time August rolls around, or honestly, just the next time you find yourself away from the city lights, step outside. Let your eyes adjust to the dark. Look up, and just see what wonders are waiting to take center stage for you.